Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jessica Johnson, the author of Your Right Life, and today wanted to share with you some ideas for anyone who is feeling behind. How to trust the timing of your own journey. This, I think, has been such a theme throughout my life, and I've learned a lot around how to surrender a little bit more to the timing of things. It's not always easy. I haven't always been good at it, but the things we aren't good at, they teach us all the lessons we need to learn to finally be like, oh, I get it. Okay, yeah, let me share some things about this, and maybe someone else can figure out some things as well. So I want to touch on how to trust the timing of your own journey. I'm going to be sharing things I've learned from leaving corporate to starting businesses to writing books to even this podcast. And so for any of you who have a entrepreneurial dream or a creative dream, or just like are trying to figure out what's next in your life and you're lacking inspiration and you're not sure what it is, this is going to hopefully encourage you to just know that you're in the right place, that something is adding up to serve you. I know that's so annoying, but it's true. And I think by the end of this episode, you will really believe why that is. All right. So I'm going to share 3 things to remember for how to trust the timing of your own journey and know you are right where you're meant to be. By the end of this next 15 minutes, you're really going to believe that. Okay, so the first thing that has really helped me is knowing that every single step is adding up to help your next chapter. So if you're in a season where you hate your job, just know that every single thing that you're learning right now is actually going to accelerate your success in the next chapter. So I went through that season where I was in a corporate job and on paper everything was fine and good and, had the apartment and the salary and the comfort and the, all that stuff that you get from the golden handcuffs, as they call them. However, I also was feeling a little bit restless and like I maybe had more in me to give. I had a bigger purpose or passion to discover. And I wanted to start my own thing, but I didn't know what it would be. And so I was in that really restless phase of being like ready to do something else, but also not sure what it is and scared to do it. And so it was this constant tug of war, like push-pull feeling. Have you ever experienced that? And so what I learned though, when I got through that season and I started my business, is that everything I was learning in that season was actually the perfect school and scenario to teach me how to be better at different things in my business. So once I got into business, I was so thankful for all those years that I spent learning random graphic design tools in my corporate job. I was so thankful that when someone quit my corporate job and I had to take on all their work for event coordination and that kind of thing, that really helped me put together webinars and events and things in my own very business. I was even thankful for things I had learned about technology, about different software, about how to deal with salespeople or angry customers and things like that, because I was able to go into my own business and know so much software and technology and tools and how to deliver amazing customer service and all the things that no one really teaches you if you're starting your own business, but somewhere along the way, you'll be so glad you picked up. So whatever season you're in right now, if you're frustrated and you know it's not your forever season and you're getting a little impatient with it, I really challenge you to think about how can I use this to set myself up for success in my next season. I love how Gabrielle Bernstein puts it. She's an author. She's amazing. She writes The Universe Has Your Back and so many others if you want to check her out. But she said when she was in a season of running a PR company, but really wanting to start her own spiritual coaching business, someone told her, Gabby, your business is a venture capitalist for your dream, meaning the business she was running that she felt like she was outgrowing was the very thing that was supporting the dream she was building. So maybe you're in a job that you don't love right now, but that job gives you enough surplus income to invest in courses and coaching and mentors and trainings that you can use to build a really steady foundation for the business that you do want to start. Maybe you hate going into work every day and there's tons of office politics, but those Office politics are going to teach you how to navigate and create an amazing culture in your own future business. Whatever you're learning, I would think about what skills can I get in this? When someone irritates you, like, okay, how can I make sure I either create in conditions in my future chapter that don't lead to this, or how can I practice handling it and managing it now so that I'm a boss at it in my future endeavors? So how can you use whatever season you're in right now to learn, to grow, to practice, to be able to hold more, so that one day when you are doing what you want to be doing, you're better at it, you're faster at it, and it helps you that much more. All right? It's why second-time entrepreneurs are often so much faster to success than first-time entrepreneurs, because they've learned how to do everything. They've known what mistakes they've made. They're like, I will not do that again. The next time I get to go with this, I'm going to hire this person first. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to save this kind of money. I won't spend on this. And so just think about it like right now, whatever season you're in is doing that for your big success season. So I know it's hard and it's frustrating, and like you probably come home some days so exhausted. I know I certainly did, but you are in a building season right now. You are in the season that's like the growth before the harvest. And so if you can just be in that and know that and kind of endure that, it's going to make your next season so much better. All right. So that's number one. Every step is adding up to serve you. Even the steps you kind of hate, they are adding up to really serve you in your next chapter. The second thing that I like to remember is sometimes chaos is the universe rearranging into something better. So whenever I feel like things are not unfolding the way I would choose them to unfold, I have adopted the belief that it is the universe in all of its infinite wisdom rearranging itself into something that I actually prayed for. So I watch for this now whenever I'm feeling frustrated by something, or like, why is this happening? I think the universe must be doing something really interesting right now to point me in a direction, to close a door, to send me another way, to teach me something that is going to help me later on. It doesn't want me to be the same person in the next chapter that I am in this chapter. So what can I learn? What am I meant to be, gaining from this? And it just helps me. Like, I've seen that throughout my life, where even if we're using the corporate example, I think about how in corporate I got a little bit bored with what I was doing. And so I would take classes nights and weekends, and things I was interested in. And at the time I was really interested in health and wellness. And so that eventually led me to the idea for my first business, which was in wellness coaching. And I was so excited and passionate about that it made me brave enough to take a chance on leaving my corporate job. And I don't think I would have been brave enough had I not been so excited to have finally found something that I couldn't wait to teach others. And so even though I went through years of like not being sure what my passion was and feeling frustrated by that in my job, I can see now in hindsight that I had to have those years of things being rearranged and the frustration of them to point me in the right direction and kind of be like the little breadcrumbs along the way that moved me to where I did want to go. So in your life, if you're in a season that you're frustrated by, maybe if it helps you, adopt the perspective that life could be simply rearranging things to get you exactly what you asked for. That life may not be denying your prayers at all, that you are not forgotten, that you're not going unheard, but maybe life heard exactly what you asked for, and it said, I'm just going to need to shift a few things around to deliver you exactly that and more. You never know, and so if it helps you adopt that belief to feel stronger and more empowered, then I offer it to you. It's kind of like that butterfly effect. Have you ever seen that on social media where people talk about how it's so crazy how just one thing can lead to such a cascade of other decisions in their life that they end up with the person they were meant to marry, or in the job that they wanted to start, or living somewhere halfway across the world that they never would have imagined, all because of that one little moment. It relates to how butterflies, like one little flap of a butterfly, the whole world is so connected that maybe that eventually leads to a tornado on the other side of the world is the whole thinking, I'm pretty sure. But it's just an example of maybe a belief that can really help you, and I think something that really is true. So the universe could be just rearranging into something that is going to give you exactly what you asked for, or maybe something so much better for you. The third thing to remember is that everyone else is on such a different timeline. So maybe you're in a season where you feel like you're still part of a pack. And everyone went to high school and got, into the college they wanted, and then they got the major they wanted to get, and then they got the job, and now they're on the promotion track, or they got married and they had the kids. I know when I was in college, like ring by spring was a big thing. Well, fast forward a few decades, and I can tell you that all of these timelines jumble together. Like, have you seen that as well? And if you haven't, just trust that you will. Everyone starts mixing things up. People that were together for years end up changing partners at times, or people have kids but other people don't, so that changes everyone's timeline. People get a surprise baby, so all of a sudden they're back to newborn phase when everyone else is raising teenagers. People move away, people come back, people start businesses, people go back into the corporate workforce, or they build up a career in a corporate job or as an attorney, and then they realize, oh my gosh, I kind of want to just backpack the world for a while. So if you're in a season where it feels like the pack is moving together and you're being left behind, I really want to offer that to you, that it's a matter of time until everyone's timelines get jumbled and all mixed around. And so just honor the timeline that is right for you. It's a one-of-one game. You are on this journey as a human to learn whatever you're here to learn, whatever your soul's meant to do, whatever you want to do because it brings you joy or it helps another person. That's all that really matters. You do not have to compete with anyone else. Your timeline is your own. And so for me, that's just been a really reassuring feeling to just be like, I am the only one that I really need to be watching and trying to become better than and improving upon, right? Like, it's you versus you. It's not you versus anyone else. So those are things that just for me, whenever I start to be like, why am I not further along? I don't know. I pull myself back and I just go, number one, everything I'm doing is adding up to serve my next chapter. I can't even see what it is. Number two, sometimes chaos is the universe rearranging into exactly what I asked for or even more. And number three, it's you versus you. It's not you versus anyone else. Those people that you're looking at that you feel like they're so much further ahead. Number one, maybe they just got started in this one thing way ahead of you, but maybe there's other things in their life that they would look at you and be like, you have got it all figured out. What can I learn from you? So you can also get to where they are if you just start putting in the work and the reps, and it's worthwhile. It's like the journey is what it's about anyway. So I don't know, I hope that gives you a little bit of peace today and encouragement of you are right where you're meant to be. Your journey is your journey. You can trust the timing of your life, and you are going to do amazing things. You're going to look back and be like, that was the exact season that I needed to go through, and I didn't maybe want it or didn't choose it, but that was the thing that set me up for the next chapter, for the rest of my life, to have the success that I dreamt of, to have the relationship or the love or the health. Like, that's what you needed to go through to learn. Obviously not trying to minimize the really hard things we all go through and put like a wash on it that's just all positive. I know things can be really shitty sometimes, but I am just trying to offer a little bit more of encouragement and hope and peace if you're going through the hard season and if you're making yourself wrong or your timing wrong, when actually it is going to be the exact right thing for you. It's just going to take a little bit of time to be able to look back and see how the dots connect. So that's this week's message. If you are looking to find your passion or purpose or next business idea to do the thing that you love, check out the links below. I'll drop some free workbooks and my own books as well for what I've gone through and learned to figure all this out in my own life. And I just hope it supports you and serves you. Take what works, leave the rest, and I will see you back here very soon.